You can't control the pandemic, you can't control what is going on the outside world. The only thing you can control is your reaction towards the outside circumstances. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope everyone is being well and healthy, and if you're watching in 2021, Happy New Year. I hope you had the best start of the year. 2020 was a hell of a year. It was definitely a roller coaster. So much was happening in the world, and I feel like so many people are just relieved that the year is over and that the new one has just begun. For me, 2020 was a very interesting year, and I would never say that was the worst year of my life. I feel like it was one of the best ones for sure, simply because of everything that was going on in the world. I was given some time for myself to think, to reflect, and to really get to know myself and work with myself and to grow as a person. I feel like I've learned so many lessons because of everything negative that was going on in the world. So yeah, I'm super grateful for the extra free time I was given this year to really work on myself, and for all the good and bad that happened this year, because it formed me into the person I am today, and I am so proud of the person that I have become over the past 12 months. So today I'm going to share with you a few lessons that I've learned over the past year that have helped me to become more peaceful, happier, more positive person. So let's get into it. I'm going to start with don't take anything for granted. I have learned this through my gratitude practice. I feel like I've spoken about gratitude so many times on this channel, to my friends, to everybody, but gratitude really grounds you and puts everything into perspective. So if you're intentionally counting your blessings and you appreciate what you already have and you write down the things you're grateful for, it will slowly but surely take you from the mindset of lack to the mindset of gratitude. Every day I remind myself of how fortunate I am to be living this life that I'm living, and it instantly puts me in a better mood, and I feel a lot happier and more hopeful. Another lesson that I've learned is self-care isn't selfish. So make sure that your cup is filled before you start pouring into other cups, because you can't really pour from an empty cup. I used to prioritize other people. I used to put them first before me because I felt like my struggles don't matter as much as theirs and they're not as important. But I've realized that I was holding it against them later on. It really showed in my behaviors towards other people, and it had nothing to do with the other people. I just didn't take care of myself. So now I know every time I'm not feeling okay and someone needs help, I know that I need to take care of myself first, and the moment I am okay again, that's when I can be fully there for others and I can be the best version of myself for others only when I am okay. So always prioritize yourself and always put your needs first. Another lesson that is very closely connected to the previous one is set your boundaries and say no when you don't want to do something. Oh, I so wish someone was screaming that into my ear over the past years, because I really needed to know that, hear that, and apply that. And finally, this year, I managed to learn it and I applied it into my everyday life, and it makes such a huge difference, and it makes me feel a lot more empowered. It really puts the power of my life back into my hands. I don't allow anyone to cross the line, the invisible line of my boundaries anymore, because in the end of the day, you know, it's not the person's fault. The other person is themselves. They have their own boundaries, so they don't know what your boundaries are. And when they cross them and you don't tell them, then you're the one who's suffering. They don't know that something happened, that they did something wrong. I mean, something wrong to you. And they can't even rectify that. And you instantly start feeling resentful towards them because they hurt you in some way. And when you speak up about it and you let them know, okay, this is not what I want to do, this is not okay with me, these are my boundaries, they will either understand them and they will accept them and they will not try to cross them anymore, or they will not accept them, and that means that they have nothing to do in your life and you should not push your limits to meet the other person's boundaries. You should stick to your boundaries, always. Do not change your boundaries for anyone, because in the end of the day, it's you who is going to be suffering. The other person doesn't really care, you know? So set your boundaries. Another lesson is make your decisions based on what sets your heart on fire, what makes you really happy, what you want to do, not on other people and what other people think you should be doing. No one is living your life. No one is you. You are you. So you need to make your own decisions, because other people have opinions, because they are looking at the world through their own lens of their own experiences. They can't look through your experiences and your lens, you know? So just make your own decisions. Do what you want to do based on your own experiences, on your own wants, on your own desires, because it's so worth it. Another lesson is all of your feelings are valid, and don't let anyone in this world to tell you otherwise. Each and every of your feelings are valid. Whether you're feeling sad, whether you feel like crying, whether you feel super happy, in times when maybe everyone is feeling depressed and negative, just stick to your feelings. Your feelings are valid, and just sit with them, be there with them. It's okay not to be okay, but it's okay to be okay as well. So whatever you're feeling, it's definitely valid. Another lesson is present moment is truly all we have. Don't overthink the past. It's gone already. Just learn from the mistakes that you've made and move on. And the future, there is no need to overthink the future. It's not here yet. You don't need to feel anxious about what's gonna be. Just enjoy what you have right now. That's the only thing you have anyways. That's the only truth. That's the only real thing. The past is gone. The future is not here yet. The only thing you have is right now. So just be present, take a deep breath, and take life one step at a time, because you can't skip any steps of the journey. You can only take it one step at a time. So make sure it's the best journey you can possibly have. Another great lesson is take a break. It's so important to give some time off to your body and your mind to help them to recover. I feel like we're living in this very fast world when everyone is kind of expecting us to give our full 100% selves at all times. But that's impossible. If you feel drained, you can't really give your full self to the world. So make sure you take some time off, you recover, you sleep, you drink enough water, and that you breathe. Just from time to time, just sit down, stay still, and listen to your breath. It's going to put you back into the present moment, and it's going to kind of unwind all the thoughts in your mind, and it will help you to recover your mind as well. And don't forget to sleep. Sleep is really important, and we truly do not prioritize it, but if you want to be your full energy self, sleep is the key. Another lesson is don't attach yourself to things and people. Everything is temporary. You can't make anyone stick around if they don't want to. So don't attach yourself too much to others, because it doesn't make any sense. If they want to leave, they will leave, and there is nothing you can do about it. And truly, no one owes you any explanations. Everyone can decide that this is not serving them anymore, and they can just leave. And things are temporary as well. Most of your stuff, like you attach yourself to your house, to your car, those things will probably outlive you. So, you know, we're here only for like a few decades. We are actually very temporary as well. So just don't take life so seriously. Roll with it, go with the flow, and you'll feel a lot more free and peaceful when you don't attach yourself to anything around you. It's definitely a journey, but it's so worth it. Another lesson is invest your time into unlearning your old habits and into self-discipline. As humans are very adaptable species, so whatever we program our minds to think and believe, that's what we think and believe, and that's how our lives are being formed. I remember during the first lockdown, I started really experimenting with my mind and how far I can actually push my limits. So I decided to start getting up at 5 o'clock in the morning, although I had nowhere to go and there was no real reason for me to really get up at 5. I just created a routine and I wanted to stick to it. Every time I heard the alarm go off, I was like, oh my god, it's 5 o'clock in the morning again. I don't want to get up. I want to stay and sleep. I don't have to go anywhere. Why am I doing this to myself? Why have I decided to go this direction? I was just, you know, questioning everything. I was like, I can do it tomorrow. I can do it next week. I can start next year. It's fine. Nothing's gonna happen if I don't do it today. Basically, I would be only letting myself down. And that's the moment when I just jumped out of the bed and I was like, no, you are going to get up, because you told yourself you're going to get up and you're not going to let yourself down. And that was the pivotal moment. Every time your mind is finding excuses why not to do something that is actually beneficial for you, you have to do it. That's how you can reprogram your mind. That's the only way. Just to do the things that your mind is telling you you shouldn't do, because, you know, it's lazy and it doesn't want to do it. But that doesn't mean that the things are bad for you. So if you know that something is going to long-term benefit your life and is going to be good for you, go for it, despite of all of your, you know, things that are going on in here. All of that can be reprogrammed. And I can tell you that after a few months of doing this on an everyday basis, I was getting up with a different mindset. Every time I heard the alarm go off, I was like, okay, it's time to get up. I am going for a run. I am going to meditate. I am going to have my breakfast. You know, I already had my routine so set and established that this is what I was doing. And oh my god, I have never felt better, happier, more empowered, more at peace, more stronger in my life than when I had this routine and when I reprogrammed my mind to this mindset. So yeah, invest in yourself, be self-disciplined, hold yourself accountable, don't let yourself down. Another lesson when it comes to reprogramming your mindset that I've learned is not to ask myself, why is everything happening to me? But to change that, rephrase that to, everything is happening for me. Everything is happening for my benefit. All the bad things, all the good things, everything is happening for my benefit, for me to grow, to learn something, to evolve into a better version of myself. No matter what is going on in your life right now, the moment you start rephrasing this and when you start understanding that everything is happening for your greatest good and for your benefit and for you to become the best version of yourself and to live your best life, that's the moment you stop obsessing about all the things that you can't control and that you can't change, and you start focusing on the things that you can change and that are in your control. And the only thing that is in your control is you. You are the only thing that is in your control. Your mind is the only thing that is in your control. You can't control other people. You can't control other people's decisions. You can't control the pandemic. You can't control what is going on the outside world. The only thing you can control is your reaction towards the outside circumstances. Of course, I'm a human being. I'm not perfect, so I still get negative thoughts coming and going into my mind. But I use my self-awareness to bring myself back into the reality, and I'm like, okay, I'm going to stop for a moment, and I ask myself, what are you doing right now? Where is your mind going right now? Don't be a victim of this situation. Take the ownership, take the responsibility for your situation, for your response to the situation. And if there is anything you can do, do it. If there is nothing you can do, just let it go, let it be. And this just brought so much peace into my life because I don't feel the need to obsess over things I can't control and I can't change. I only work on things that I can do, I can change, and that are in my control zone. For example, on my mindset, on the things maybe on the outside that I can influence in some way, but I just stopped obsessing over things that are outside of my control. I set my boundaries to just keep myself in my own zone, and yeah, it just made me feel so much more peace, and it brought so much freedom into my life. Last lesson but not least, I've learned how important it is to surround yourself with the right people, with people that bring out the best in you, the people that support you no matter what, the people that stand by your side through the good and bad. I am so fortunate to have such a great friends and family members around me, not physically, but virtually. And this year especially, I truly experienced how amazing my circle of people is, and I'm so grateful for them, and I'm sending them a huge virtual hug because I can't really hug them in real life right now. But yeah, thank you for everything. So this is it for today's video. These are all the lessons that I wanted to share with you today. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you took something from it, and I hope you have the best start of 2021, and I hope your year is going to be amazing and so much better than the previous one. Just don't forget that it's going to be as good as you make of it. So make sure that you work on yourself, you work on your mindset, and that you don't fall into the victim mindset and just waiting for the life to magically improve by itself. So happy new year. I wish you all the best, all the love, all the happiness in the world, and I will see you in next year. Bye!